Hello and welcome back. Now the challenge has dropped a whole bunch of information on the challenge. Season 37, Spies, Lies, and Allies right in our laps. Not only did they give us a premiere date and the cast reveal and the cast photos, but they also gave us a 90-second trailer, and this video is all about breaking down shot for shot that 90-second trailer to see who's featured a ton, maybe get a look into some of the daily challenges, eliminations, what we could be in for this season. So without further ado, let's start off how the trailer starts off, and we see a big map and a big globe picture of Croatia, and it lights up, and that's because they filmed in Croatia this season. Then we move on to the next shot where we have Nelson coming out of a sunroof of a car looking up at a helicopter. This looks like it could be a really fun daily challenge. I love the car daily challenges, like from Total Madness, where they had to do like bowling into the barrels when the car was on the side and they had to look at a math problem. Save all those explosions and trucks for somebody else because I love cars. Then we have another car daily challenge where we have teams of two. One is facing one way, the other one is facing towards the hood, and they're going around this barrel with a camera on it. I have no idea what they could be doing. Maybe they could be just holding on for dear life, and whoever falls off loses. That doesn't seem safe. And then we have a still shot of two people on top of the cars. I really don't know who these two people can be. To me, that could be Logan. I don't know who his partner is on the car with him. It's not a challenge if you don't have an explosion, right? And to me, I thought at the beginning that this could be Fessy, but this looks very skinny to be Fessy. Fessy, I feel, would have to really shrink down, really lean down to get this size. So to me, this could be Emmanuel, possibly, or maybe Renan. The partner to their left is Esther. Then we have TJ looking like the Fonz, having the leather jacket, the slick back hair, the motorcycle helmet, and he is saying, "Welcome to the challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies." I won't lie, I'm not very fond of the name of this season, and every time I say it, I think of like planes, trains, and automobiles. It's like they couldn't decide on one name, so they just put all three of them together because they kind of rhyme. Next up, we have this Heights Over Water Daily Challenge, and I think we're gonna get a deeper look into this later on in the trailer. Then we have a Hall Brawl, because we didn't get enough Hall Brawl last season. And if you take a look at the helmet, it looks like you can make out EMY. So I think that is Emmy or Emi from, so I think that could be Emmy. CT trying to hold on for his dear life as he is being drugged by a boat, and he could be water tortured here. Big T is in a cockpit of an airplane, and this kind of reminds me of War of the Worlds season 33, where they had that giant airplane suspended over the water and you had to jump out after you did a puzzle. That was a really fun daily challenge, and I think this one could look very fun, as we can see that there is a plane with a whole bunch of wires holding it up above water, and then it's going to just dip its tip into the water. I don't know what they're gonna have to do. Are they gonna try to have to escape out of the hatch before it completely submerges into water? Or maybe it has to completely submerge underwater and you gotta get out. Who knows? This looks to be the first night when everybody comes into the house and is getting all their champagne and just excited to be in the game. As we can see, CT, Fessy, Corey Lane, Michaela, Casey, Nani, Michelle, Ashley, and Amanda. And as we move forward, we can see that Michelle is very shocked. A lot of people are very shocked in this photo. We have here a display that says 17 US players or something to that effect, and they're walking away from a daily challenge that looks to be very muddy, that looks to be very labor intensive. Look at Nelson right here looking like Top Gun himself. He looks really good. This should be his profile picture. Heck, this should be his cast photo. And then we have Ashley looking like she's gonna take somebody on in an elimination. She's got the gloves. She looks like she's on like an American Gladiator or American Ninja Warrior. Her stats are gonna pop up right on the side of her with the fog and everything. It just looks very production heavy. Then we look to have Corey going into an elimination where he is getting fired up. This one says 17 international competitors coming in. We have Berna right in the middle of the screen. We have Kyle yelling into the camera, which he looks to be going into an elimination. Again, very much fog, very much production heavy. Berna with her game face, and I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to go up against her. I'm shaking in my boots right now. And then we have Big T in her Top Gun outfit, and she's looking spicier than ever. So happy that she is back on this season. Then we have the greatest threats, and some of the voiceover work we had was Tori saying these guys are gonna be lethal. Talking about the rookies, I'm sure. Corey saying we are going global with this thing. CT saying they know how this whole political game works. And then Kyle saying, you got Team German, Team Romania, Team Nigeria, and if they band together, we're screwed. Probably taking a head count of all the vets, and then taking a look at how many rookies are in the season and going, oh my goodness, we're at a number disadvantage, and I'm nervous about that. Here in this frame, we can see everybody coming over like the stairs, and they're gonna be having to stand on stairs. To me, this is them coming into the elimination proving grounds, or whatever it's gonna be called. And if you look at who is front and center in the camera angle, that is Amber. And Amber wasn't in the initial cast reveal. She did not have an official cast photo. And so to me, she is coming in as a replacement, and she is front and center right here, right now. And so to me, this looks to be like, oh, she's coming in sooner rather than later. She's gonna be making her debut on Spies, Lies, and Allies way earlier on in this game. Then we have what looks to be some US competitors all lined up in a row, as we can see Fessy, Casey, Josh, Tommy, Tori, Anissa, and somebody is looking around. This could be them picking who they want to be partnered up with. Maybe they're all lined up so that the international players can come one by one to see who they want to be partnered up with. That's an idea, as I think this is Kyle, blurred in front of the camera here, walking around. All right, here we go. We're on this screenshot that I want to talk about, and this is them in a mud pit. Kind of reminds me of All Brawl from last season, but they're in a mud pit. These are the guys, and we have Kyle ready to tackle this man. We can see on the helmet, it says Ed. That Ed from the Netflix Circle Season 1 was hanging around as a possible replacement if somebody gets injured or has to leave the game for some random reason. And then he was going to be brought in, and it looks like he is going to be brought in. So that's 2 people as replacements coming into the season. So that means somebody from the original cast is going to be DQ'd. 2 people at least are going to be DQ'd from this season already. And at least we have a replacement, but I'm not too happy to see that people are gonna be already DQ'd. I'm already bracing myself because last season we had a ton of people leave the game. Then we have from across the Mondo, which is the world. We have a nice picture of Nam with his sledgehammer, which looks to be from a daily challenge where everyone's going around as a solo person. So if this is a partnered season, they are not partnered with each other. So it harkens back to what I think from Total Madness episode 1, where everyone was in a solo matchup and they did like a litmus test to see how well people can do both physically and mentally. And I think this is it. This is going to be a very long, treacherous initial daily challenge to see where everyone stacks up and possibly their order for who they're going to pick or who is going to pick when. Then we have Emi here with pads on, so that just cements in my mind that she's definitely going in the hall brawl, which we saw earlier on in this trailer. And we have a stampede of people, which you can see one of the guys is holding a sledgehammer. So this just also makes me think that this is totally going to be the first daily challenge of the season. Esther from Big Brother Nigeria pulling on a rope as somebody else in the background is climbing over a wall. If this is all from the first daily challenge, this is going to be monstrous, and this is going to be exciting. Have assembled! And we can see all the international players lined up. We have Big T, Tacha, Gabo in the background, Huey, Tracy, Logan, just everybody. Everybody is there. All the international players are lined up, ready to just hear TJ go boop, and they're just gonna go. Ashley is wet and exhausted from this daily challenge, it looks to be. And then we have Nam and Gabo talking, and Nam says Russian roulette. So maybe he wants to play Russian roulette with Gabo. Very risky game here. Maybe that's where it happens with the DQ. We have Wednesday, August 11th is the premiere date. We have this container with holes on the side, but the camera does this like turn thing, so it seems like the room is spinning. Maybe this is for an elimination. Also, what seems to be another elimination is Tracy, as she is tethered or tied to the steel like slat, and she is going to be tied up, and she's going to have to untie herself while it's like going back and forth, back and forth. And this is one of my favorite shots, and it's of Corey doing a daily challenge where this snake is just on him. I give it for Corey for just like looking at the snake on his shoulder, but if that was me and I was in his position, I would be freaking out. I would be yelling, I would be screaming, I would throw that snake in the water behind me. I hate snakes. No thank you. And we see here that Nani and Casey Kissing in the challenge house. This reminds me of Total Madness, where they were in the bunker together and they shared a kiss. We didn't see them fraternize too much in last season of Double Agents, but here we are. They're coming back. Maybe Casey is single this time, and then we have some smooches with Fessy and what I think is a rookie girl. And then we have Corey Lane, Corey Wharton, CT, Devin, and Michaela all in a room together. This looks to be the first night. Maybe they're all rooming together and they're about to crack open some champagne, some wine, and they're having a grand old time. Also in this picture, Corey looks jacked. He looks yoked. He looks like the Hulk in this picture. He looks like he really gained some mass for this season during the off season, and I'm excited to see what could come from him. Every week, the power shifts. We're holding it to you challenge that the power shifts. We want to see some unpredictability. Then we have CT, who has a GoPro on his helmet. He is looking ready to go when TJ blows that horn. We get a look over at Ashley, who does not have a GoPro to her helmet. It looks like it was yanked off, but she looks to be excited to be doing this daily challenge. Then we have Nelson with his sledgehammer, like Peter Gabriel, and we can see from the helmet to his right that it's Bettina, who is right next to him. And then Amanda with her sledgehammer coming in to crack some skulls in this season. Not literally, but figuratively, I'm sure. Looking through some of the voiceover work, we have Nelson saying, "Oh my goodness, this is gonna be fun," or at least I think it's Nelson. Ashley is saying, "All the vets are in this super alliance." So again, taking a head count of how many vets to rookies there are and seeing that they are outnumbered, maybe they're now like thinking we should all work together, which could help a lot of the vets get very far into this game, especially if the rookies aren't necessarily working together. If it isn't really like rookies versus vets, especially if they're going to be partnered up with each other throughout the season, then the vets could be running the gambit on the rookies. And then we have Big T here saying, "Don't use me as a pawn." And in the next shot, we have Nelson. Now, from the last season's trailer, there was a lot of this editing magic. I don't know if Nelson would really actually use Big T as a pawn, so I think this is more editing magic. The weakest go home. This is another Stampede. I think this is the inaugural daily challenge, and we have CT saying, "There's a lot of new people here, and they are looking strong." Maybe I should say that in CT's voice. There's a lot of new people here, and they're looking strong. Is that a good CT? I don't know. I mean, they all looking strong. If they're carrying this big old cinder block with a whole bunch of chains that are gonna make it even way heavier. We have Gabo, who's looking shocked, and he looks exhausted with mud all over him. Josh is next to him with mud all over him. Tacha making a grand entrance, making this season look good. She came to play and she dressed like $1 million. Also behind her is Priscilla and I think Logan. I think all the rookies are coming into the game maybe first. They're coming into the house first before all the vets come in, or maybe the vets are coming in and now the rookies are coming in. Then we have Kyle here in the confessional saying, "Why do they keep casting hot people?" And blood spills. We can see some blood coming out of the nose, the top of the nose, the top of the T of the nose in this elimination. So this elimination is going to get bloody. We have Anissa in a sling. This looks to be the same material that Nicole was put in when she had her shoulder ripped out of its socket in the roadkill elimination in that daily challenge last season. So to me, this could spell disaster for Anissa's game. This could be the end of Anissa's season right here. And this is what we were all waiting for. Nelson to stand up to Fessy for what happened last season. And Nelson saying, "Don't get it twisted. That was BS, bro." I want to see Nelson and Corey gang up to take Fessy out, or at least get him on his toes and make him worried about stuff, because that was messed up. I hope Nelson goes very far this season, and I want to see Fessy kind of get a taste of his own medicine. Then we have Emi here cursing people out from this daily challenge. Maybe somebody's gonna be playing a little dirty. As we can see, she is a little bit muddied here, so there's dirty literally and playing dirty figuratively. Somebody's crying. Only the best win. Here's the daily challenge again, where we have the 3 cars with the helicopter. I'm very excited for this daily challenge. Very, very excited. Here's Corey with his sledgehammer and the debris. We have people going under some barbed wire to army crawl in some mud. Again, that is going to be a treacherous daily challenge. That is from the first episode. Nani is going through some mud. Corey all muddied up, and he says, "This is a dirty game, bruh. You think we're down here playing some patty cake?" And in the next shot, we see Josh. I don't know if he's talking to Josh, but it wouldn't surprise me if Corey is yelling at Josh saying that we're not playing patty cake, because I could see Josh being like, why'd you do that? I thought we were working together. And Corey's like, this is a dirty game. I'm gonna do what I can to get farther into the game. Then we have another heights over water daily challenge where it looks like they're having to jump from beam to beam. This looks like something from like Wipeout. Next up, we have Kyle in this mud pit taking down Josh by his helmet strap, and we can see CT just looking at it going, yeah, that's happening. We have Nelson, what looks to be on the structure of a height over water, saying the worst thing that could happen is I could die, which, you know what? Nelson hasn't had the best of luck in water challenges or heights over water. So to me, I totally understand where he's coming from. The worst thing that could happen is somebody die. As we can see somebody falling right here from that structure that we saw earlier. Let the real. We have Corey doing the underwater like seaboard thing. I don't know, it's like a propeller. It looks really cool. Something from like James Bond or like Batman has. This to me is the heights over water daily challenge that we got earlier on in the trailer, where they had the like black bands that said the challenge and we saw people hanging from it. I think this is what was underneath those black bands. So this looks very interesting. I have no idea what they're trying to do. And we got some jet skis. Who doesn't love some jet skis? Am I right? And then we have competitors jumping off of a cliff, which reminds me of like It Chapter 1, where all the kids jumped off the cliff after they spit into the water. And this is one of the 1/2 shots we get of Devin from the season, which is very shocking that we don't see Devin more often in this trailer. Begin, which I don't remember what was the earlier thing. In an elimination setting, we can see Tori is like holding her head, and TJ is saying the twists keep coming. So this could be like something happening. Maybe this is where he is announcing that Anissa is being pulled medically from the game, and now Anissa's like, oh no, my best friend and podcast host is gone. Or something twisty is happening in the game and she's like trying to get her head around it. And as we see, Big T, Amanda, and Ed is right behind her. Then we got a Lamborghini. It is Amber. She's coming in, and to me, this is her coming in for replacing of Anissa, which makes sense because Anissa is a vet, and then Amber's coming in as a vet and a winner. And everybody seems excited, especially CT. Why wouldn't he be excited? Because Amber and him won last season. So he is very excited. Casey's very excited. Everyone seems very excited to see Amber, as am I. I'm happy to see Amber, as she just won last season. She can come back and defend her crown. Very happy with that. Then we have one of the last shots of the trailer here. I couldn't really make out who this was at first, and then we see that from the helmet on this angle, it is Fessy, who is saying, let's go, baby, I love this ish. And he is doing that daily challenge where him and his partner are on top of the car, and one is one way and one is the other. And he is very excited to be doing this daily challenge. And that is it. We get the final card that says the challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies, Wednesday, August 11th, 8 p.m. Now, from my count, I picked out 8 people that showed up regularly throughout the 90-second trailer. Those 8 people were Nelson, who was featured the most in this trailer from how many times he was shown in this trailer. He was shown up 6 times in 6 different shots. He had multiple speaking parts. He's just in this thing a lot, which makes me think that he goes very far into the season. But we had Nelson, Fessy, Emmy, CT, Big T, Corey, Kyle, and Ashley, and also Amanda was shown quite a few times. So to me, I feel like a lot of those players are going to make it far into the season, especially Nelson and Corey, which I'm very happy about. I want to see them make it far into the season. Now, with those 8 players getting a lot of screen time, there were a lot of players that didn't get any screen time. Maybe they were shown in the house at the very beginning of the season where they're getting their champagne and just happy and toasting to being in the game. But other than that, they weren't shown in any of the eliminations, any of the daily challenges, and those people were Michaela, who was mainly shown in the beginning of being in the house. Michelle, for sure, wasn't shown a lot. Priscilla wasn't up front and center. Bettina, Renan, Logan, Kels, Huey, Jeremiah, and Lauren weren't shown up at all in this trailer. I didn't see them once. Not in the house at the beginning, nowhere. I didn't see them at all. And Tommy was only shown in the lineup at the beginning with the US contestants. Again, this is like the first trailer that they dropped. They're gonna drop more trailers, maybe more 30-second trailers, maybe another 90-second or 2-minute trailer. So this being the first trailer that they dropped, there's no need to sound alarms that maybe your favorite wasn't shown a ton at the beginning or in this trailer at all, but also to see that there were some competitors that got shown in 6 different shots or 4 different shots when there are a ton of people that weren't even shown really once at all in this trailer is somewhat alarming in my opinion, especially for Kells. I don't want to see Kells leave early or get eliminated early. I want to see him in this challenge season for a long time, but we're gonna have to wait to see what else the challenge will drop. If they're gonna drop another trailer here sometime soon, maybe in the next week, we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen. But that is the trailer breakdown for the challenge, season 37, Spies, Lies, and Allies. What'd you think about this trailer? Let me know that in the comment section below. What in the trailer made you excited the most? Maybe there was something I missed. What did I miss if I didn't talk about it in this breakdown? Also, who are you rooting for? Who are you happy to see get a lot of screen time? Who are you not happy to see get a lot of screen time? Let me know anything and everything you felt about this trailer. Did this trailer get you excited about the upcoming season, or are you still kind of like cautiously optimistic? Maybe you're gonna like hold back a little bit. Maybe you want to see how the first couple of episodes go and then you'll get into it. Let me know anything and everything you're feeling about this season and this trailer down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more Challenge 37 content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.